Hey there, fellow gamers, Kevin J Gaming here, giving you the post-game Pokemon Platinum Versus. As always, check out Solar Primal's side of the video. Anyway, basically after we've beaten the game, beaten the Elite Four and the Champion and everything, we come downstairs and Mom here, because we started back in our house, Mom is telling us to go up to Snowpoint City because someone wanted us to meet us up there. I believe she said Barry wanted to meet us up there. Anyway, got a scratchy throat today. So we're gonna run over here to Sand Gem Town, talk to Dawn here. Where's she telling us? Apparently, somebody had something important to tell us. I think they were saying, I think she was saying Professor Rowan did. I'm missing all the text here. Anyway, 194 Pokemon out of all the Pokemon in the Pokedex. So, what we do with that information is I'm going to quickly come in here, and we got to get our flying type still, so quickly got our flying type. Witcha! Flying off to Celestic Town. That's what it was. They had said that Celestic Town. This is actually post-commentated. Yeah, mainly because there's so many things to do in the post-game. I figured I would try to slim it all down and edit it out for you guys. But anyway, so we come up here and says, "Why, hello, good luck. How you doing, whatever." Mound Coronet's been when it was acting up, threw her off or whatever. It's quite old to read a bit too. The bearer of the shining adamant orb summons Dialga. I believe what she's saying here is if you find either the adamant orb or the lustrous orb, not sure where you find them, or if you can find both, I don't know, and take them to the top of Spear Pillar, you will face Dialga or Palkia. We'll take care of that later. I'm currently just working on unlocking, well, this video at least is going to be all about unlocking the fight area, which is the next area in the game. The battle zone, actually, as this sailor guy has told us. Anyway, if you come over here to Snowpoint and talk to this guy, Cynthia shows up. And turns out she was waiting for us. Anyway, I think it's good. Of course, I don't want it to become a world like Cyrus envisions. She wants the world to grow, but she doesn't want it to grow in the same way Cyrus had wanted it. People in Pokemon can be happy together. Everyone's smiling. I want you to keep traveling to far-off places. I want you to meet all kinds of people in Pokemon. I came all the way here to tell us that. Your horizons will expand if you go to the fight area. So, we're going to go to the fight area, and the battle zone, and blah, 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 whatever. Aye, aye, then let us set sail. So we're going to get into our boat here. Pretty basic stuff. It's a pretty cool-looking boat. In, I believe, Pearl and Diamond, they didn't do that. The boat was just like a regular old boat. They didn't really mention that it's in the north all the time in Pearl and Diamond. Diamond and Pearl. But yeah, anyway. So we meet Barry here at the fight area / the battle zone. Battle zone's the whole island, but the fight area is this area specifically. And what do you know? Flint and Volkner are here. I'm going to try to get the battle frontier, wish what happens. Then these guys come along and get in our face about it. They're saying they want to test us if we're strong enough. I think we need to team up like we did at Spear Pillar. So, let's do it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So there's an Elite Four and a Gym Leader. We can whip them. So yeah, it's kind of cool. This was not in Diamond and Pearl. So, it's pretty interesting. This situation just cooks. Man, all your fire puns. He is just like Emil. Emil could so cosplay as Flint. He makes puns about fire all the time. Anyway, so we're going to do this battle here against a fire and electric guy. It's an interesting combination. Because it covers a lot to have a fire and electric. I think you can hit just about everything for neutral damage, except for a dragon, of course. But anyway, opens up with a Houndoom and a Luxray. Barry has thrown out Staraptor, and we got Empa. I believe I go. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Surf here. Yeah, I don't care. No, I go for Stealth Rocks actually. I decided to set up a Stealth Rocks because I figured that'd be a good idea. So, Flamethrower hurt Staraptor. A fair bit, actually. That's easily going to two-shot it. But the close combat can easily take out Houndoom, so let's see if it does. I don't remember how this fight played out, but wow, with a sliver of health left, Houndoom survives. Luxray hits the Thunder Fang on us, and we realize we are in a bit of a predicament because Electric beats both of our Pokemon right now, and Empa flinches, so I don't even get to put out the Stealth Rocks. I think about healing. Do I end up healing? Yeah, I do heal. So I use a Hyper Potion on Empa because I want Empa to stay in, because at least Houndoom will go down if I stay in, because I know that Staraptor attacked before him. Oh, no, that's not what happens. He goes for the Flamethrower on Staraptor and it goes down. What was I thinking? I don't know. I don't know why I healed there. You know, post-commentating, you see like all the stupid stuff you did, and now you're watching it, and you're like, what was I doing? I don't even, whatever. Anyway, the Thunder Fang isn't going to be enough to take us out, but he throws out a Floatzel. Barry throws out a Floatzel, which is not bad because he's just going to Aqua Jet Houndoom. And I just said Surf anyway. I don't care because I don't think I trusted Barry enough to use Aqua Jet, so I figured I would use Surf. And then I also figured Floatzel is going to take is going to take half damage from Surf anyway, so it's not too bad. Luxray, oddly enough, lets Empa survive by going for the Thunder Fang on Floatzel, and Floatzel will just barely survive? No, he doesn't. It's critical hits. I did not know that. So, there goes that. Empa goes for Surf, which is going to be just on Luxray, and that's fine with me. So, it's going to do some good damage. Puts him down to half and throws out a Torterra! Blah, the tree, and it's our starters. It's a beautiful thing, really. Magmortar comes out. I'm just going to Surf, because a Surf would easily take them both out. And Torterra would probably survive because it's Torterra. And is Torterra? Torterra's tanky enough. Yeah, I can take one Flamethrower. Goes for Thunder Fang, which it obviously couldn't have done on Torterra. Empa goes down, or... Nope, just barely survives with 1 HP. I looked at it afterwards. Survives with 1 HP, and I paralyze and I don't move. So I'm getting really unlucky with this stuff, but the Leaf Storm hits Luxray, and that's going to take out Luxray easily because I already did half of its health before. Torterra no longer has any special attack. Well, I know it's -2, but I mean at that point there's no real point. Anyway, he throws out his Electivire, and Magmortar, 2 Pokemon that were given evolutions in Generation 4. I have a weird burp in my throat. Anyway. So I figured I would switch out to Vake, because here comes my crazy strategy here. Where Vake comes out, and his Electivire goes for Thunder Punch on Vake, and we get the Motor Drive. Behold Vake! It's amazing. Goes for the Flamethrower on Torterra. That's going to easily take out Torterra, but now Vake has a +1 speed, and that's easily going to outspeed both of them. So we made the right play. He throws in Snorlax. Barry's got a Snorlax, and that's gonna hurt him. So I just go for, I think I just go for Thunder Punch on Magmortar. No, I actually go for Rock Climb. No, wait, I gotta remember what I did. Thunder Punch on Magmortar. So that's gonna hurt Magmortar a lot. Probably not gonna take it out. It's gonna be a 3-hitter actually. Goes for the Brick Break on Snorlax, but Snorlax is enough of a tank to take at least one of those. So Snorlax taking it, takes it. And what is Snorlax gonna do? Magmortar goes for Solar Beam. What is with Flint and using Solar Beam? I don't even know. Anyway, it goes for Body Slam. That's what it was. Gonna Body Slam the human race ultimate muscle. Shout out to anyone who can remember that anime. That was a good show. It was barely even an anime, but you know, whatever. Go for the Thunder Punch on Magmortar because Electivire got paralyzed from the Body Slam. So now I have a lot of speed, which helps a lot. Heat to Citrus Berry, whatever. Citrus Berry, what's that gonna do? Solar Beam comes out to hit Snorlax, I'm surprised. Because, like, you could have just used a fire move, but whatever. Solar Beam on Snorlax. Snorlax survives, and Snorlax gets to rest, because Snorlax is actually faster. No, it's the slowest one here, but he rested just in time. Because, since Vake goes first. Oh, yeah. Because, oh, wow, I can't think this out because this battle got really confusing with all the paralysis and everything. So Snorlax would have been last, but because Electivire was paralyzed, Electivire goes last, and Snorlax got to sleep, got to rest, so it survives another Brick Break. I go for the Thunder Punch on Magmortar, takes out Magmortar, so that's good. And then Vake and Snorlax is still asleep. Not gonna get up, but Electivire is paralyzed, so Electivire can't take out Snorlax. Out comes the Flareon. So I just decide to go for Thunder Punch on Flareon at this point. And because Electivire is still paralyzed, Snorlax is gonna get to go first. Flareon goes for Overheat onto Snorlax. Will Snorlax survive that? I don't know. Nah, it doesn't survive that one. So, if Flareon had gone for the Overheat on me, Snorlax definitely would have gotten off another rest and survived. I would probably have survived another Brick Break from Electivire, because I assumed that was aimed at me. But anyway, I go for the Thunder Punch on Flareon again. It's going to do a lot of damage, probably take it out, and it does, so that's good. Vake gets to level 57. He's getting up there in the levels, considering he was like the last Pokemon to join me. Heracross uses Night Slash on Electivire. Volkner still has one more Pokemon after this Electivire, but it's not too bad. He eats his Citrus Berry. Goes for Fire Punch on the Electric type as opposed to the Bug type. I don't know. Thought it would take me out, but there's no way that's taking me out. Now I go for Rock Climb on Electivire. Does good damage. Does some pretty good damage. I think it takes it out, actually. Does it? No, it doesn't. But because it's paralyzed, Heracross is going to hit it. Also, I always find that funny that Rock Climb has a chance of causing confusion when it hits. Because I always laugh because it's like, it's true. How do you hit me with a move about climbing rocks? I don't get it. I'm so confused. Maybe it's called something different in Japan. I don't know. Anyway, the last Pokemon we got is a Jolteon. Jolteon's got really high base speed, but Vake with the +1 is still faster than it, even though Jolteon is a level lower, but still, Jolteon has a lot of base speed. So, goes for the Charge Beam. Obviously not going to be an Electivire because Electivire would have Motor Drived. That's going to hurt Heracross, but that's not going to take out Heracross. I highly doubt it would take out Heracross. Yep, it got the critical hit on that too. And got the special attack boost. And I don't think it's guaranteed to get the special attack boost, but it doesn't matter. Close combat, not close up. Close combat hits, and that takes out Jolteon. Hooray! So, we did it. Your toughness is something else. We're completely overwhelmed, blah, blah, blah. We got 27,000 Pokédollars for doing that. So they're just, hey, don't burn out on us. Now you're just getting in the way. Ha ha ha, that was a blast. Our combination came up short, but you're also a lot tougher as well. Promise me we'll do this again, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm off to the front. I see where he gets it from. What's this all about? What the? Daddy! Haha, if it isn't Barry, you've grown all sturdy. And Kevin J too, I haven't seen you in forever. Barry, your mother told me that you've gone to the battle zone, so I had to come running to find you. It's funny how Barry's dad, Palmer, is just like him. Comes running and thudding into people. I always thought that was hilarious. Anyway, so he says to go to the top of the battle tower because he's actually the tower tycoon. He's a frontier brain, as it's called. It'd be cool to be like my daddy, Kevin J. That's the one reason, blah, blah, blah. Should have been challenged now, or do I train some more? Okay, I've decided I'm going to get tougher by a lot. I finally made it here. There's no need for haste now. So he's going to go off to train. Hey, this new guy's here, and he wants to tell us he thinks we're really cool. His name is Buck. He thinks it's really cool that we faced an Elite Four and won, so he says come see me again sometime up on Stark Mountain, I believe he said. So I'm going to just quickly run in to show you the Battle Frontier because, I mean, I've shown it to you in Pearl and Diamond, or not Pearl and Diamond, in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Soul Silver is what I played, but yeah. You get your Versus Recorder upgraded here. It just lets you save a match that you've had in the Battle Frontier. Because trust me, there's a lot of matches that happen in there that you really wish you had saved them. Anyway, I accidentally had A-mashed into some more text, so I just try to switch my thing here. So I switch it to all the Pokemon floating around, because I just think that's a funny screen to have it on. Anyway, so here we are on the Battle Frontier, and I'm just going to speed it up because we've already seen it. So there's the Battle Tower at the beginning, there's the Battle Factory, there's the Battle Arcade, Battle Castle, and the Battle Hall. There it is. We've already seen them all. I've explained what they've done before. Battle Towers are basic 21 matches, blah, blah, blah. Then we get over here, and this guy says the person who gave you the Pokedex must be waiting for you to fill it up, is what they said. So now I'm just going to quickly scroll through my Pokedex. If you remember, we've seen 194 out of the 210, so there's 16 left to find. The first one we got to find is number 71, which is going to be a Gengar. We also got to find number 80, which is a Barboach, which was originally going to be a part of my team, but I never got it. Number 93 is a Sudowoodo. We got to get one of those, or at least see it. We got to see a number 114. I believe that's unknown. We got to find a 117. I think that's, I forget what that was, but I think that was Rotom. I could be completely wrong on that. Doesn't matter. 146 and 148 are Uxie and Azelf. 151 and 152, I completely forget what those are. 156 is, I don't remember, 159 is Gardevoir. I'm going through it so fast. 170 is a Glaceon, so we gotta get a Glaceon. 174 is a Togetic. 186 and 187 are Rhyhorn and Rhydon. 193 is a Porygon 2, and that is actually all the Pokemon we're missing. So, let us go hunting! Alright, so collecting all the Pokemon. The first place on our trip here, had a weird phlegm bubble there. We want to come down here to Route 212 from Heart Home City. Wait until this person looks away. I might have already fought that person, but just in case, we're just gonna squeak on by her there. We're gonna go by this officer right here, and by that officer right there, and accidentally fight this guy, but we'll skip it and cut it out. Basically, you want to come here. You want to come here to this mansion. I'm not even sure if this is required to unlock the national dex, but it is pretty important. So what we want to do is we want to run into here. We want to check this book. I didn't do this during my normal playthrough, but it's a very expensive looking book. Would you like to read it? It's all about Manaphy. It's a rare Pokemon that's let alone captured in Sinnoh. The only way to get Manaphy is to play Pokemon Ranger, which is something I've never done. So whatever. The weird thing about Manaphy, it's one of the few legendaries that can breed, and the Pokemon that it breeds doesn't evolve into it. So I don't know why you would ever want to play as Fione, or Fione. I never actually knew how to say it, but Fione is a pretty good Pokemon. Anyway, next up we want to come to Pastoria City. Here in Pastoria City we want to come to the Great Marsh, because one of the Pokemon I'm missing is Wooper, actually. I never saw it. This is me just showing off all the Pokemon that I've missed and how I'm going to go about seeing them. So the way to find a Wooper is I literally just came to the Great Marsh and I ran into the grass here and I was like, is it gonna be a Wooper? Yeah, actually Wooper was the first Pokemon I ran into. Huzzah, we did it. Okay. Next up we're gonna come here to Celestic Town, and we want to come to the Celestic Ruins. Now I've been in here because this is how you get Rock Climb, I believe. Or Defog. You get one of the TMs in here. HMs in here. I think it was Defog. Yeah, it was Defog. Anyway. So to get Defog in here, I used the Super Repel initially and never ran into an unknown. So here we go. We got an unknown. I think that's a G. I could be wrong. I forget all the letters. Anyway, now we're going to come up here to Snow Point City. And Snow Point, you notice with Nintendo, it's like Snow Point and Snow Peak, and yeah, I always forget. But anyway, because Snow Peak's Majora's Mask. We continue down the route and we get here, and there's this skier here. She's been skiing with Pokemon ever since she was a kid or something like that. I didn't actually read what she said. But anyway, her name's Lexi. You want to fight her because not only does she have a Piloswine, she also has, if I transition here for a second, she has a Glaceon. Now, I had never seen one, so if you did not fight a Glaceon or did not evolve your Eevee into a Glaceon, that is a place to see one. You only have to see all the Pokemon to get the National Dex. Anyway, so here in Eterna City, I'm quickly going to use a Super Rod, or no, it's a Good Rod. I never actually got the Super Rod. I should probably go get that. But anyway, we're going to use the Good Rod here. This is just to show you that you can catch the Pokemon that was going to be part of the team but never ended up being part of the team. That's good old Barboach. So we've now seen that. Okay, so after we caught that Barboach, we are going to head over here down this route. And we're going to quickly come to Eterna Forest. I remembered I don't have a Pokemon that knows Cut, so I quickly taught Vespiquen Cut here. So yeah, Vespiquen's going to cut that. We're going to speed through here. And we're going to head into the Haunted Mansion. I believe that's what... the Old Chateau. That's what this place is called. I'm quickly going to just use a Super Repel here. And we meant to do this earlier, but I never ended up actually doing it because apparently it wasn't nighttime, even though I felt like it was. Because nighttime actually starts at 8, and I thought it started at like 6. But anyway, or whatever time it was, I was off by like an hour. Anyway, inside the TV, there appears to be a Pokemon. The Pokemon appears as if it wants out. Do you want to thump the TV? We thump the TV, and we hear a little noise, and we got a really trippy thing. I actually had goosebumps because I was recording this at like 1 in the morning. But anyway, we got a Rotom. We know all about Rotom because Solar Primal had one. But anyway, we're going to be throwing... or he has one. Anyway, we threw an Ultra Ball. We ended up catching it in the end. It didn't take too long to catch, but we ended up getting it. So there we go. Anyway, so off to the Pokemon League to the next Pokemon that we're missing. This is to get Gengar and Gardevoir, which I never ended up seeing. So this is a good place to see them. You can just come over here, mainly because Gengar would be really hard to see if you never actually got to see one, because it's a trait evolution. So if you never traded for one, you would never have seen one. So there's a good way to see it. As we can see, the second Pokemon's a Gengar, a Gardevoir, and then the third Pokemon's a Gardevoir. That's what I was trying to get at. Anyway, so quickly as I was leaving here, I didn't get a shot of me running into it, but I ran into a Rhydon and then a Rhyhorn shortly after. So we saw those two Pokemon in the wild in Victory Road. I needed to see them for the Pokedex because I used Super Repel while I was going through it the first time. Anyway, so we're going to surf down this route south of Sandgem, accidentally run into both those trainers, and then we're going to surf here. And we're going to head farther down Route 220, get into another battle right before the thing, but quickly get out of that, and grab a Max Repel. Huzzah! So that's what we needed. Anyway, so I'm just cut ahead here, and basically once you reach land, there's some grass, and then you run around in the grass for a little bit, and you run into a Pokemon none other than Sudowoodo. So I never seen a Sudowoodo, and there was no real reason to go there because you can't go to the POW Park yet, so... Anyway, this trainer back in Victory Road, I completely forgot about it. Has a Togetic, so got to see Togetic. And then this trainer back here up by Snow Point, close to the exit of Mount Coronet, which I also forgot about while I was here before, has a Ambipom, which I've already seen before, but also has a Porygon 2, which is another Pokemon you wouldn't see unless you trade evolved for it. So luckily we went and we found it. Anyway, there's only 2 Pokemon left on our list. And those are the 2 other fairy spirits other than Mesprit, because we've already seen Mesprit because we talked to it, but it's running around Sinnoh somewhere. Anyway, Repel's effect wore off, blah blah blah. We're going to climb up here with our rock climbing Electivire, blah 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 blah. And we're going to come into here, and here at Lake Acuity. We're just going to use a Super Repel so we can get through the water okay, because we don't want to be running into Psyducks and Tentacools on our way in there. Running in. Okay. We go into the door. And here in the Acuity Cavern is none other than Uxie. So I'm just going to quickly save. I quickly cut it out because it took a little while. Quayon! And here is... Uxie. Now, I would show off the whole thing, but frankly, it was rather boring, me just getting its health low and then trying to capture it. But eventually, after about 30 Ultra Balls, I threw out my 30th, or I forget which number it was, probably like 37th Ultra Ball, and we caught it. It took a long time to catch that thing, but my Empa was actually asleep for the entire thing. Uxie is the birth of knowledge, supposed to be the knowledge Pokemon. The 3 of them are supposed to kind of be like the Triforce. But anyway, off to Valor Lakefront. Here at Lake Valor is the other fairy spirit that we have missed. One interesting thing, I think, because it's the Snow Point Ruins in Twilight Princess, isn't it? And if it's the Snow Point Ruins in that, and this one has Snow Point City, and the 3 spirits are based on the Triforce, that's an interesting Zelda connection. But anyway, we get into the Valor Cavern. I quickly save. This one decides to save a lot of data, so it actually took a good like few minutes, or about a minute to save. We quickly come over here, and we quickly click on them, and Kyun, it's Azelf. So, here's what happened with Azelf. Azelf proved to be a huge challenge to catch, because after trying over 60 Pokeballs, or Ultra Balls, sorry, he just wouldn't go in. As you could see there, if you noticed, I had 5 Ultra Balls left. After having 93 going into the Uxie fight, using 30 on that, Azelf did not go into 60 some odd Ultra Balls after that. Or I had 63 after that, down to 5, so it would have been like 58. So then I lost because I got swifted there, and he even defeated my team once. So then I just said, screw it. After throwing about 80 Ultra Balls, I just threw the Master Ball. I said, screw it, I'm catching this thing. Whatever. Now, we got Azelf. Azelf is the birth of willpower, which is supposed to be the one of power, not courage, because it's courage, wisdom, and power. Anyway, so Professor Rowan says, congratulations, you've seen all 210 Pokemon. Help with my studies. And Professor Oak comes to visit. Something about Professor Oak's sprite is weird, because he's got like a really harsh black outline. But anyway, it's my old colleague, Professor Oak! I should have expected as much from the authority on Pokemon. Something hasn't changed one bit. Let me introduce you to my young assistant. This youngster has filled every page of the Sinnoh Pokedex. Ah, well, very glad to meet you. As you've heard, I'm Professor Oak. Basically, eventually, after all this text, when I finally get through it, Professor Oak decides to give us an upgrade to our Pokedex to the National Dex. So now we can continue on in the fight area. So, no fear, Kevin J, blah, 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 it's the region. Yes, the Pal Park's also open, which was off of Route 221. You've already seen it in a Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It is absolutely no different in this game. It just helps you bring your Pokemon from Gen 3 up into Gen 4, which nowadays you can bring your Pokemon from Gen 3 all the way up until Gen 6. Anyway, Professor Owen also gives you the Poke Radar. It's great. That's what I wanted. It helps you catch shiny Pokemon, but in reality, it's not a huge deal. It helps you catch some Pokemon like Ditto, but it's not a huge deal. So after that, we come back to the fight area, and as you can see, the way is clear. So next time, I won't be post-commentating the entire thing. We'll be getting through the rest of the Sinnoh post-game. See you guys later.